walked it, I had a couple of questions, and I got a plan and kind of ended up sticking with that. It was definitely big enough, and there were rails which seemed to be all over, so I thought it was a great course, and obviously worked out for me, so I'm pleased.
Great.
I'd love to hear about everyone's jump-off strategy going in and what your thoughts were. Maybe Parrish, you want to start?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of always hard to gauge what you need to do going first. So my plan from the get-go was to just have a nice, double clear, smooth, efficient, and kind of set the pace. And my horse performed exactly how I wanted her to, and I was really happy. It kind of went exactly as I wanted it to.
Yeah, similar plan to Paris. There weren't so many in the jump-off, so it was really important to be clear. I was trying to be smooth as well, and I get a little bit overexcited sometimes, so Baron saved me on the black oxer. But then he's naturally really fast, so that I think was really helpful for us today. And in the turns, we couldn't really go much tighter than Paris and John were going, so.
Yeah, for me it was, you know, there's only 4 in the jump off, so, you know, nobody's going for second place, you know, obviously. So we, you know, my plan was, I was slightly quicker than Paris earlier in the week. I hoped it would work again. It did. I knew the 2 coming behind me were going to be very quick, and, you know, I got a little lucky at the last fence, but everybody needs a bit of luck.
Well, my plan didn't work. I did have one, but it didn't work. I got stuck in the going to fence number 3, and I needed to make it somewhere, so I did days tries to the Liverpool, and then I sort of lost my horse, so that was it for me.
Now, John, you and Andres have shown in both of the 5 stars that HITS has put on, you know, one in September in New York and now here in California. Starting with John, can you describe those events and what it means to the sport to have HITS put on these events here in the U.S.?
Well, you know, first I think for us as riders, you know, that's what we've been craving here in the U.S. is more FEI shows, and to have 5-star events is, you know, that's a bonus. Socrates for me obviously is right in my backyard, and you know, if the show management's going to make an effort to put on these kind of shows, you know, I think it's important that we support them. So that's why Chris and I came out here.
Andres?
I'm very grateful that everything that HITS does for the sport. We're trying to move up in the world ranking, and this is a big, HITS gives a lot of opportunity for riders to do so. All the $1 million classes that we didn't have before, and it's for riders in my position trying to go up in the sport, it's been a big contributor.
And Tom, your assessment of the 5 stars so far?
Well, this one was, you know, I'd like to see some more horses at it. This was a 5-star mainly because we didn't have a World Cup qualifier that we had last year, so we wanted to do something to raise the bar here and do something special this week that you know, that the World Cup qualifier brought to this party last year. So since it's not going to be a World Cup qualifier going forward, we'll continue to keep it a 5-star, and we have one more coming up here in Thermal in the winter. So the winner here in Thermal has a 5-star, as well as the $1 Million Week, so which is not FEI.
Does the 5-star during Thermal, is that a CSIW week as well?
No.
Okay.
Nope, there is a CSIW the week immediately after.
And Tom, you've put so much time and energy and into really raising the sport on an international level over the last year or 2. Talk a little bit about that and why that's important to you, not just here, but at all your venues.
Well, you know, the whole thing is an investment in the sport. That's how we look at it. HITS. So while, you know, a business person might look at this and say, well, that didn't seem like a terrifically brilliant idea to have this week. That's not that I don't feel that way at all. I think that if we're gonna have a business 10 years from now, you know, it's incumbent upon show promoters to do what they can to raise the bar, make the events as good as they can, and try to entice the situation so that the 2 beautiful young ladies that are sitting to my right forget about the two guys in the far side. But, who started off and rode ponies and juniors and were serious riders and now, of course, are excelling. We want to continue to find people like that and promote the sport. So I feel like it's one of my responsibilities.
Lucy, this course has been an amazing partner for you over the years. And you've changed trainers fairly recently. Talk a little bit about how he's been progressing and how he feels and what you've been working on with him, your plan with him.
Yeah, he's been with me now 3 years, and has progressed a lot. I was just talking earlier about how he's become a lot more rideable, so I had to learn how to adjust as he adjusted. Our first show was actually HITS a couple winters ago, and there was lots of hopping and circling, and so every time I come back and he puts in an amazing round, it's just, it really reminds me how far he's come, and he's such a quality horse that I think a change in training was more for my learning and less of his, so he pretty much, I think, could work in any program because he has so much ability.
Are you thinking Rio, hopefully?
I'm going to go for it, like everyone.
And John, this horse has been on a roll. It went so beautifully. It's Split Rock. Talk a little bit about this one.
He was off for a year, and I had him previous to that for about a year and a half, and he had some big results. He was second in 400,000 in Spruce Meadows, and 5-star, and third in Mexico, and then unfortunately had an injury that only time would heal, and it was 1 year. He was out of the ring till his first Grand Prix back, and he won his first Grand Prix, which ironically was in HITS, and then he won 2 3-stars since then, and he come here second the other day in the 65,000, and then today. So I can't say enough good things about him. How lucky I am to have him.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.